We are back. It's accountable season. And you might not know this, but accountable season is going to be for the rest of your life. Yeah. Although I'm not doing a physical test today I want to focus on how to be self aware. Being self aware is something that I wish I learned, or not so much learned, because I think we naturally learn it as we get older, as we experience more, but something I wish I would have gotten more guidance on, because there's a lot of times and moments in my life where I was just doing, where I wasn't aware, where I wasn't mindful, and it cost me a lot. It cost me friendships, it cost me opportunities, and it almost, or not almost, but it cost me like the positive feelings that I felt about myself, because I couldn't show up fully because I wasn't present, I wasn't intentional, I wasn't there. So let's talk about it. So a little bit of backstory on how I believe that I started becoming self-aware. Um, when I was about to start high school, I was in a new state, in a new place, still learning what was going on here, still trying to figure out, who I wanted to show up as. And I definitely wanted to get more involved at school, because I wanted to make friends and I also wanted to learn new skills. So I told my family, I was like, you know what? I think y'all, I'm gonna try out for the dance team. And if you saw the shady looks, are you sure? I'm like, what's everybody problem? I think I could do it. And he was like, well, you ain't always been the best dancer. You kind of lacked what we call rhythm. And I was just so taken aback by this, y'all, because I was like, what is they talking about? I'm a great dancer. I be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was, I was the one. And so when I went to try out for the dance team, I just did it. I just did what I thought, what I thought I saw, what I thought I was supposed to be emulating, and I made the team. And I was on there for years. I even eventually became captain, and I think that was just the beginning of my awareness, right? Like, it started with my body. It started with me being aware of my body and where it was or what it was doing at any given moment. Then it turned to me being aware of my actions and being aware of who I was in a space or how I was in a space and by myself. And along the way, with trauma and experiences and things that, I didn't quite know how to navigate, started coming up for review, started coming up for me to address. And because everything felt so overwhelming, I wanted to ignore it. I wanted to push it down. I wanted to just, I'll deal with it another time, because of how overwhelming it felt. And this caused me to escape. I wanted to escape. Listen, college, I smoked every single day. I didn't really drink that much, but, of course, socially, I was drinking, I was partying. And there was just multiple moments during that time that started to not only make me be aware of my actions, but showed me like I can't keep showing up like this anymore, because it's not beneficial to me and it's not beneficial to anyone else. So now in my adult life, I'm making it a point to be more intentional, to be more self aware. And this not only helps, foster growth in my life, but it also shows me like what I'm not going to tolerate anymore, what opportunities are for me and what are not. What people, what places, like anything that isn't in flow, isn't in alignment, it's better and easier for me to decipher at this point, because I'm knowing myself. I'm getting to know myself. Even if something didn't turn out the way that I thought it was from me making a choice, either way I learned something. Either way I fostered growth. Either way I continued on my path, right? So tip number one, and one of the first things that helped me being more self-aware was spending time alone in any capacity, whether that's like me being at home, me going out by myself, me traveling by myself, doing some of my favorite activities, like being or creating a space where I can be aware of my own thoughts, where I can see and observe myself on how I feel when I'm not feeling judged, how I feel when I'm comfortable, how I feel when I'm doing something that I enjoy, or how I feel when I'm doing something that I don't enjoy. And it also gives me the chance to see how I'm judging myself, how I'm talking to myself, because that's important too, right? Like sometimes we are our own hater. I've experienced this a lot, especially when it comes to learning like new crafts or things that I've never done before. I'm like, well, why wouldn't I do that right? Why did I do it like this? And like, girl, you were just learning. You're just learning. You're just learning. No, it doesn't help to not speak kindly to myself. But again, that was a practice. That's something I had to learn. And it's something that I had to really embody because I was just so used to coming down on myself and really just thinking that me talking negatively and pressuring myself to do something would make me do it better. And that's not the case. Another tip that has helped me is reflecting on my conversations. In turn, also like reflecting on my actions and seeing how I create my reality with my choices. So, in specifics, reflecting on my conversations, being aware of like how I'm speaking, what words I'm using, and what like the body language that I exhibit when I'm talking, and also observing like how other people are responding to what I'm saying or what I'm demonstrating. Because there was at one point a time where I felt like I was really checked out of a lot of conversations. Like friends would tell me important things or, be trying to vent to me, and I'm kind of like not really there. I'm not really present with them at that moment. And, that doesn't help foster healthy connection, especially because I was trying to deny, like, no, I was listening, like, no, but can you just repeat that? What you last, like, it's just not how I wanted to feel and not how I wanted to, especially people that I say that I care about, make them feel. And I think a lot of us are always aware of what other people feel and do. Like we become hyper vigilant because we're worried about what they think of us and, how we're being perceived. Being self aware doesn't have to equate to that, right? Being self aware can just be about knowing how you show up in a space, how you're connecting with other people, and, if it's healthy, if it's, are you getting your point across? Third tip, take notes. Listen, our memory sometimes, and I say our because I know some other people struggle with this, does not always serve us. We need to write things down. I need to write things down, especially when I'm having like really good ideas. And even now, when I'm having meaningful conversations or there's something that I deem as like something that I don't want to forget, I will write it down. As long as it's documented somewhere, I can always go back to it. And then I don't have to beat myself up at the end of the day when I'm like, dang, I wish I remembered that was a $1 million idea. That was that was an idea for how I could save the world, and like it has vanished because we think about so many things throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the year. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with all of that. And so taking notes has been my bestie. Taking notes has been my bestie, even during conversations, because I don't think it's realistic to expect everybody to remember everything about us. For me, I want to remember things about people and not have to rely on them like continuously repeating it. So I'll take notes, or I'll take notes during a conversation, and I can inform people like, hey, I'm still listening. I just want to make sure that I get this because I think it's important. Documenting and also includes journaling, right? If you can write down how you felt during a particular day or a particular moment, you can always go back and see, like, oh, this is how this made me feel. This is what I was feeling like that day, and why I still don't, why I still don't do this thing. Like, it can inform you. Like, sometimes the details get lost over time. And so have a space where you can go back and look, have a space where you can see in real time, like, oh, okay, this is filling in the gaps for me. And it'll only help you continue to be aware because you know how you previously responded, how you previously felt. The next tip is mindfulness activities. Now, I know, like, social media and like how wellness activities have become like really mainstream, so sometimes it can seem like not authentic. But the things really do work. Like breath work and exercise and meditation. But a lot of people don't talk about how, like, there are so anything could be a mindfulness activity. You washing the dishes, you watering your plants, folding your clothes. See my last video. um, Anything could be a mindful activity when you're not really thinking about what you have to do. You can be aware of what else is going on in your mind at the time. More of you being able to be self aware because in the moment you can almost expand your perception of yourself and what you're doing and why you're doing it and how you feel and what happened this morning and processing, like, all of these things are happening and being able to let those things pass by without reacting to every single thing. That's how we become mindful. That's how we become aware of our choices. That's how we become aware of our reactions. When we don't have to think about so many things at one time, we're really able to give our attention to ourselves. I think my last tip is really going to be having fun. Like, did you know you don't have to wait to have fun? You could have fun like every day if you wanted to. And I say that because sometimes it's so easy for us to get caught up in our day to days, our work, our businesses, our kids, our family, our spouse, our friend. Like, sometimes it's easy to just go through our days, through our weeks, focusing on everybody else. And then we don't notice until we start to feel the effects physically. We start getting sick. We start getting migraines. We don't feel like talking to anybody. We don't feel like going out. Like, nothing is there to put the spotlight back on us because we're responsible for our own joy. And making time to have fun, making time to really cultivate joy, enjoying things and embodying that feeling of enjoying things gives us the power to access it whenever we want. And being intentional about it gives us the access and the power to have fun and enjoy our lives whenever we want, regardless of the circumstances, right? Like, things are pretty nuts, right, in our political world, and it can be a lot to bear on a daily basis, especially as things are like continually changing, continually being threatened. We have to make time to be joyful on purpose. And I'll leave you with an actionable step. This is a simple activity that I think this helped me address the ways that I think, the ways that I speak to myself, and how I'm able to modify my thoughts to be more positive. So, step one, get a piece of paper. Step two, draw your name or draw a line or shape with your non dominant hand. Step three, walk away from the paper. Don't change anything, don't erase anything, don't try to fix anything. Just walk away. From that moment, you can notice or write down, what do you feel in that moment? Do you feel the urge to go back and fix it? Do you feel like, ugh, like, why does it look like that? Do you feel like, it's fine? It's fine. I'm not tripping about it. Notice how you feel about the activity after you've walked away from it. For me, I know that the perfectionism that lies within me wants to and has the urge to go and fix it. Like, no, I can do this better. And even though I'm not going to learn how to be ambidextrous in one day, I had the urge, like, you know what? No, I'm going to get this right with my left hand. So I invite you to try the activity. I invite you to become more self aware, like, if not for anyone else, for yourself first. Because it'll only lead you to lead a more intentional life, to lead a more joyful life, and to be more accountable. I'm just here to be your accountable friend. I love you. I believe in you. And I know that while everything is always a learning process, you're on your own journey. Like, I believe that you can make your reality whatever it is that you want. And you watching this video is a step in the right direction. So I'll see y'all soon.